What is birth physiology? I've mentioned a physiological birth a couple different times in this course already. As in the last module, I talked about what labor or management of labor would look like in a physiological birth setting. So, in this module, I want to talk about birth physiology. So, what is physiology? By definition, physiology is the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. So, what is birth physiology? Birth physiology is the normal function of us as humans. So, it is a normal function for us to do, just like going to the bathroom, breathing. It's a normal part of being a human. And I really want to highlight the word normal because I think a lot of people in the world has this perception that birth is something that needs to be dealt with. It's something that needs to be treated. It's kind of treated like it is a diagnosis. So when you find out you're pregnant, you tell your doctor, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and they'll treat you like it's something to be treated. So I want to just mention this because I think this is good perspective. We as humans are not machines. We have physiological processes that go on in our body, but every person is made a little bit different. Our body composition, everything is, there's variations from person to person. We are not a machine. So, as far as how someone should be cared for during pregnancy and during labor should look different from person to person. And the reason I bring this up is because, again, going back to the idea that pregnancy and labor and all of those things need to be treated, I think a lot of physicians do look at it the same way person to person and kind of just check off the boxes that need to be done to make sure that person is cared for, but that person is treated. And that is very common as far as the management of labor, like I talked about in the last module. So we should not be worked on like we're a machine. We should be treated like we are a human being with different needs, different variations within our body. Now, in the upcoming modules, I'm going to talk about the stages of labor and what that looks like from a physiological process. What steps happen within your body and what's happening inside of you while you're in labor. And I really want to keep it simple. I know for me specifically, understanding what was going on in my body while I was in labor helped ease my mind and helped take out a lot of fear around childbirth. I know for me personally, I was never taught, this is what happens when you're feeling a contraction, like in school, for example. I was never taught what is actually happening, what the purpose is behind a contraction, for example. So I'm going to outline the stages of labor and keep it very simple for you to understand what's going on inside of you. And I will also add that we have a creator. God created us in a way that there's no mistakes. He perfectly designed this process within us so we can give birth with ease. So just keep that in mind also as you're thinking through this physiological process and understanding how amazing the process is and how it really does not need to be feared at all.